Well, thank you for joining us and giving us such a great conversation on the geopolitics of energy. So you mentioned potential disagreements between the EU and the US over energy sector issues. What would it take from either European or American political leaders to begin to remedy this troubling divergence?
So I think first of all it's important to be aware of the fact that the shale revolution in the United States has had positive effects on overall European energy security. It has led to cheaper energy and greater diversity of supply. This is all good, and this should cement transatlantic energy relations. However, at the same time, we are seeing a bit of a divergence on certain issues, and I would maintain that the propensity of the United States to use energy sanctions as a political tool has increased over the last few years. And what we're basically seeing is disagreement between the United States and Europe over the sanctioning of Nord Stream 2, the pipeline, and over Iran sanctions. And I would like to see energy being something that reduced the divergence across the Atlantic, rather than something that actually exacerbates tensions and the divergence between the United States and Europe.
Second question. Your past experiences include a former Norwegian diplomat with postings both in Moscow and Washington, D.C., as well as serving several years as a foreign policy advisor. How has your experience in the public sector shaped your perspective of risk analysis in the energy sector?
So I think it is important to note that the energy sector is perhaps one of the most strategic and one of the most political businesses there is. So to the extent that you bring to the company or to the sector experience from politics, experience from diplomacy, I think it makes you better prepared to both assess risk and to come up with risk mitigating measures, especially. And I think it makes you better able to understand the broader political landscape within which we as a company or we as an industry operate.
Great, thank you so much. And final question. In your discussion today, you painted an optimistic view of the energy sector environment in the US and in Europe. In your opinion, what should therefore be at the forefront of public policy debate in the realm of energy security?
So what I've mentioned is that basically energy security and the definition of energy security is expanding. It is no longer only about secure supply. It is also about affordable supply, and increasingly it is also about sustainable supply from an environment and climate perspective. And I think as we go forward, the energy, the latter dimension, the climate environmental dimension of energy security is the one that will be the most important in many ways. And this is where I think that we as an industry need to realize that our social license to operate, societal acceptance for our industry and what we do is getting more fragile, and we need to make it more robust again. And the only way for us to do this is to demonstrate that we can actually produce oil and gas with a lower CO2 footprint than we have done traditionally, and that we, in addition to that, broaden our portfolio and become an energy company that also invests in renewables and other low carbon technologies.